to this month's School of Light class. So this month we'll be channeling Thoth. So Thoth's come through before and he likes to discuss the universe, sacred geometry, patterns, and a whole bunch of exciting things. So I'm very excited to bring him forth. We have our member here to the side who'll be facilitating. Hello.
Hi.
All right, so without further ado, I'll go into trance and I'll bring forth Thoth for you. See you on the other side. Hello, my dear, and hello, who may be watching this. It is Thoth coming through. Such expansion is occurring on your planet. Such expansion is occurring in the universe. The greatness and the magic of who you are is being realized more into your conscious awareness. It is being activated more in your conscious awareness. Your galactic DNA is being activated. You are aligning more to your galactic selves. You are a microcosm of all that is. You are the universal pattern that exists. You are the code that exists. You are all that is. Your unique code allows you to live a life the way you intended. The code allows you to experience life in your unique way, but still being plugged into all that is, still being a part of the universe. Although you see separation and you see duality, Duality is not who you are. Yes, it is the human experience, and you chose to experience being a human, to experience this duality. However, since you have come here in this time continuum, there are many shifts occurring. Many of you know of these shifts. The duality part of the illusion is shifting into that of oneness. That code of oneness that flows throughout all that is allowing the collective consciousness to expand and to come into oneness in their conscious awareness. Oneness is your true state. The oneness is all that is. You are the stars. You look up into the stars and you can tap into and embody the energy of the stars. Once you connect to it, once you connect and make the intention, you automatically embrace that energy form, because it is oneness. And as you start to understand more of the connection, the infinite connection with all that is, you can instantly connect. You can instantly embrace the energy signatures and the codes and the streams of the entire universe. And it's only up to your intentions and your guidance according to your pre-birth intentions and your desires that allows you to explore it in your own unique way. You may choose to explore the stars, but because of your pre-birth intentions and what you wanted to explore, perhaps you did not want to explore the stars. It is your choice. All the information is within you. Once you follow your passion, you follow what you chose to explore. By following your passion, it will be revealed to you which path you would and how you would like to explore this universe in all your unique way. But know that it is all connected. And they would say there's certain codes and the frequencies that exist within all that is are used in a way to replicate the divine, to replicate source code. You are source code. And the patterns and the patterns that create your illusion, the patterns that create the universe is there. It is in plain sight. And it is also within and without plain sight. It is always there. It is always existing. You can see some of these patterns within the Gaia. You can see some of these patterns within the universe, and these very patterns as the microcosm of all that is. Some of these patterns you can see within your own human DNA, within the very structure of the human vessel. Can't you see how divine you are, how magical you are, how you are part of the divine, how you are connected? This can be an exciting avenue if you choose to explore the connections with all these patterns, because it allows you to see more of what there is. It allows you to see beyond the human comprehension. It allows you to see more of oneness, that you are the same code as all that is. Your code is just formulated in a way that projects itself in a certain way, in a certain environment, in a certain frequency, in a certain illusion, to allow the expansion of the code, and allows for the expansion of all that is. And we love you dearly. And as you are going through this great expansion, the great awakening, you've entered into the golden age as your terminology. You have entered into this transition, and as such, or your multidimensional lives, or the lives you are living that is on a higher state of consciousness in your terminology, the versions of you that exists in its more aligned to its God state is aligning up, and you are accessing this information. It's allowing the process to further facilitate your remembering. It is a combination of the collective consciousness and your individual pre-birth intentions and the intentions of Source itself. It is all intertwined into this grand game of expansion, this grand game of the universe, to expand and to explore in unique ways that is perceived in individual ways, but it is all one and the same. You are experiencing life uniquely because that is the way of the human, and you chose to explore this uniquely in this way. For there are many lessons here. There are many ways of expansion through going through duality. For duality does not exist. It exists in human illusion and can exist elsewhere in other places and other dimensions in different forms, but the level of duality in human, all its dynamics, is unique to the human race. And this is why there is so much expansion by being a human, exploring this. But you are more than a human. And you know this, you get glimpses of this. You are the stars, you are the trees. The code is within you. Have a look at the patterns within your very DNA, within your human body, and you can see similarities with the patterns of DNA of the trees. You can see patterns of how universes, how galaxies are formed, and how this relates to Gaia, how this relates to you. Everything is a microcosm. Everything is. It's part of the all that is. There are many processes and powerful processes by going through the human experience. It is an alchemy process of transformation by you being a human, by you recognizing the oneness state, by you connecting, by you, we would say, exploring the human experience, by transcending that into oneness, seeing the bigger picture, by tapping into who you truly are. The alchemic process allows you to connect more of who you are. It allows you to connect further into the stars. It allows you to see the connection throughout all that is, throughout the universe. You have the ability to travel the universe. You have the ability to travel where your heart's desire, where your passion desires. You have the ability. Because you are connected to the infinite source code. You are connected to the stars. You are connected to all that is. It is only your belief systems in the human's contract that allows you to see yourself as not possible to explore this. You see yourself as not having the confines or the genetic makeup or the physical makeup to do all these possibilities. But it is all there. Necessarily, you may not have to do all these things in physical form. You can do it in a non-physical form, and you are existing in non-physical form. You can do that while you sleep. You can do that when you meditate. Make the intention. You are truly multidimensional. You can experience all that is. But be in the present moment, and that is your key. Being in the present moment, you can tap onto all this guidance and you unlock the divine blueprint. You unlock and open up and allow what you came here to be surfaced into your awareness, to remember who you are. Yes, you have certain pre-birth intentions, and as such, in your terminology, all your higher selves and your guides allows you to give you the inspiration and guidance to explore your pre-birth intention. And generally your pre-birth intention is linked to a passion, and you know this, you have a feeling, and you follow this path. But this path is infinite. But know it is all within you, for you are the universe. You are the stars. You are all that you seek. You are the one. You are source. You are complete. You are perfect. You are a magnificent expression of source. And only the most advanced of you chose to explore this expansive experience as a human. Only the most advanced of you chose to come in this time continuum. You all have galactic DNA. You are so highly advanced, there are none of you that do not have galactic DNA. You would not be here otherwise. And because you have entered into this great awakening, you've entered into the new stage and the transition into this golden age. The human body is transforming. Never before as a time has there been such transformation. You are activating and releasing your galactic DNA to change the very physical form of your being. It's allowing the greater expansion of the human collective, not just you, a perceived individual, but is expanding everything. We have been there with you, watching you, loving you, intervening when it is needed for the highest good. According to pre-birth intentions, according to collective pre-birth intentions. There's been times and periods in your timelines where you've watched lovingly on the sidelines. There's been times where we've been more in direct contact assisting the expansion, but now it is a time of the transition, and you have called us. The collective has called us, for it is the time, it is the pre-birth intentions of collective consciousness, and because your frequency as a collective is at a point where many of us are more directly involved with the human expansive process. We are already here with you. Your galactic brothers and sisters are already here, but you do not see it. You do not see it on a grand scale because previous times in your timelines, if you had seen what is really there, the collective would go into fear, and it's not needed for the highest good to go into fear. But because now the collective is at a point, an expanded frequency, you are able to now comprehend more of these higher perspectives. You are now able to more comprehend that you are not alone. You are able to have more contact with your galactic brothers and sisters. There is less fear in it. There is still fear in the collective, but it is shifting into the oneness state. And we are so honored to come through in this way and connect to you, connect to all that is watching, for it's not by accident that you are here, and we love you greatly. So thank you for being here today, my dearest.
Thank you. So clarification, when we, as you said, we're able to access our, we're able to travel, right, through multi-dimensions, but we're not actually traveling. If there's a version of us and we are multi-dimensional anyway, so what are we ultimately doing? Are we connecting to our wholeness through higher self? Or because if we're already there, we don't need to go anywhere, we're already everywhere, right?
That is true. And all the multi-dimensions do not exist out there, they are within you. It is just easier to comprehend that dimensions are out there and the multiverse is out there because part of the human belief systems around duality allows you to better comprehend this process. But all the dimensions, all the perceived multidimensional lives, they are already within you. They are already tapped into your source self, and they are there. And as you go through the vibrational journey, you can tap into this. So you can make the intention, if you want to experience all the dimensions throughout the multiverse, and you can do so. It allows you to see the oneness. So when you travel to the stars, when you travel to places, the places are already within you, because those versions of you, they already exist within you. But because of a frequency, at times you're unable to tap into that frequency of that higher self. But all your beings, all the versions of you that are existing, they are already within you. So you can visit that aspect of you. It's going inwards, even though it's easy to see it is out there, but the out there is actually in there. All of the stars, we see it, you see it as being out there, but all of it in a higher perspective is within you. In the human collective consciousness, it is still out there because in your belief systems, you see duality and things need to be out there and separated. So this is true in a way in the current state of the human collective. However, in the higher perspective, it is all within because you are source. But for you to understand and to travel and to experience all this, you may perceive that it is out there. If you feel like you wanted to experience what is life on another planet and get to experience all the emotions, then you can do so, but it's always going inwards. You make the intention and then you can travel the way that is for your highest good, but it's all within you. The portals to do so is within you. It's about frequency. Make the intention. If it is your pre-birth intention, if you have a purpose and it's related to a passion of yours, it's related to one of your intentions why you came to explore life, then you can easily travel. Just open your mind and belief systems to the possibilities of how you can travel. So yes, there is the dimensional travel in the form of the human collective. which means it's external, it's duality, yes, and that part of that program is still within you because you're tapped into the collective consciousness. So it's an easier way to travel, we would say, because it's still in your collective consciousness. However, in the high truth, it is already within you. This is why when you go within, make the intention, you travel more easily. There are all versions of yourself, and once you connect to your divine blueprint, you have access to that. But it's the present moment that is the key. In the present moment, if you're in conscious awareness, it opens a portal. Then you can access all your multidimensional lives if you're in that frequency of it. If you're in the frequency of those multidimensional lives, then you can access it. This is why we say be in the present moment, because why would you want to access, in your terminology, lower versions of yourself? And this is a common thing that the collective does. They like to dwell in the past, and the older versions of you are at a certain frequency where we would say it's a lower frequency. You are connecting to other versions of yourself, but it is not more of an empowered version than you are right now. So why would you want to go there? Yes, you might have aspects of the present moment. You might have aspects of the past, but if you be in the present moment, sometimes they can be shown to you for a reason to help you on your path, but it's not about dwelling on it. That's why we say you be on the present moment, and then you can access the true power and the highest version possible for you. If you try and reach for a higher version of you that you're not in the frequency of, then in the lives, and we would say the pathways of where it can be, because you're not at frequency of that yet, we would say it can cause some emotional imbalance, and that is perfectly fine because it's part of the human experience. There is much, in your terminology, anxiety with many of the humans want to go into the future and see the outcomes, and we would say that this is why the anxiety lies, because you cannot see where the picture lies because you're not at the frequency of it. So we say be in the present moment, and then by being in the present moment you can access your higher selves, your multidimensional selves in the present moment.
Are you assisting all multidimensional versions of myself right now? When we speak like this, are changes happening to other dimensions? Do they work like an echo throughout all of them?
Because it's all within you, once you work on the frequency, even information, hearing these words, there is a trigger within you, there's an activator. So there cannot be an action without another action. For you just to be witness to something, for you to hear words such as these teachings, what happens? There is a reaction within your vibration. Now, that can activate or trigger a reaction, an alchemic reaction. So yes, by you focusing on your frequency in the present moment, yes, it triggers out and it activates and it infiltrates the divine blueprint, and so it does ripple out, because once you expand here, you're expanding all of the versions of yourself because you are one. This is why you do not have to go to other lives to expand it. All you need to do is expand the life you're living now, and you automatically expand all that is. Yes, you chose to explore certain pre-birth intentions in the multiverse, but they are all you. They are all aspects of you, and they have their own lessons, but that's why you do not have to concentrate on that. If you concentrate in your present life, time continuum, then by effect, you're assisting the frequency of all that is. And why would you not want to let them, the versions of you, explore life in a unique? Maybe there's versions of you who wanted to experience such fear. There's other versions of you that wanted to experience such love. But it's all part of the oneness of who you are. For you, a source, it is all within you. The key is the present moment, and this is why we say all the multi-dimensional lives that are existing are dimensions within you. For end of the day, ultimately, you are source. And because you are source, everything is within you. Of course, you came into experience duality, so have fun about it. explore the world, explore the unique treasure that you are, explore and seek out, if you wish, evidence of the oneness. And you can do so with the patterns. You can do so by studying, by looking, observing the beauty, the magic of all that is, the magic of the universe in all its glory, in all its interconnected glory, and how it just connects to all that is. It truly is an expansive experience. It truly is an honor to experience life as a human, because what you experience here is beyond what you can experience elsewhere. But there are so many illusions at play here, because you are so highly advanced. Any challenges that come across your awareness as a human, you know you can overcome them, because you are so highly advanced. You all are highly advanced. Even those people that you see are not on this path. Even those of you who deem are asleep or are not aware of who they are, that is okay. They are just as advanced as you, but they are just playing a different role to you. Some of you chose to remember, but some others chose not to remember, but they are just as advanced. They may be your triggers, they may be your activators. They're all playing a role in the expansion. So how exciting it is to know that you are much more than you ever conceive. And I know you know this conceptually at one point, and sometimes you see glimpses of your true power, but then you fall into the human experience of fear, and that is okay. It is perfect. Fear is perfect because you chose to experience fear. You chose to experience all the different dynamics as it is as a human. So if you feel inspired to, if you feel called to, then explore the stars, but knowing they are within you. Explore the universe. Is there something that interests you, my dear one?
In terms of?
Exploring the universe.
Yes, as per the previous discussions we've had, the secrets of the universe, I feel like there's a lot still not understood about the source, for example, the driving force behind creation. Those topics do excite me. They're not absolutely necessary, I guess, for either survival or expansion, but they're certainly one of my driving forces to continue to explore these topics and continue with the self-awareness journey. So like I mentioned before, there's this sense of, if we are ultimately the source and we are restless and the source is growing, shouldn't we all just meditate and relax and not strive?
It wouldn't be fun.
Because it seems like we are striving, and even on that level there still seems to be striving. Yes, that puzzles me.
That is the human mind and the human consciousness, to analyze why is and why is that, and that is perfectly perfect, because that is the human experience, the inquisitive nature, the wanting to know how everything works. But my dear ones, everything works in perfect harmony. You wanted to experience life uniquely, and this is why we are here. And the full comprehension of source and the fullest comprehension will become known when you become God realized. For you're not in the frequency of God realization, you will always have the answers, because if we told you the answers, it would take away from the journey. It would take away from the knowing and the excitement of life. Can't you see?
I will try to explain. I don't think I've explained well. It's not even the curiosity of my mind. It is the knowing that we can actually influence the source's perspective from down up, or vertically, or however that works, or as inner to outer. that I think there is a way for us to expand the perspective of Source regarding the Source's striving. I know it sounds complicated, but it's almost, like I mentioned previously, I almost feel like it needs nurturing as much as we believe it's already perfect. But there is this sense of eternal need for the growth and to learn and to experience, which to me equates the energy of a child, right? So in the grounding of a new perspective, I felt like we can influence each other, almost, so to speak.
Well, you are influencing, because you are one. When you expand the source code. Source is a code. Source is not a being. Source is code, and it infiltrates all that is. So yes, you can imprint codes, and you can do this already in the human experience in different ways. You can imprint code. So code can always be changed, and code is always shifting and changing. As such, the codes for the illusion are shifting more into the oneness state. You can change things. You can play with the energy. Yes, but we would say there are certain belief systems in the collective conscious construct that allows you to not see the fullest picture at this current stage. There would be a point of time where you will see more information. You're not at the frequency to see the full picture yet, because if you were to see the full picture, even all the beings of the light in your terminology, if the full picture was to be shown to you, then you would stop wanting to explore. You would stop wanting to experience life. And you didn't come here for this. You wanted to experience life in a unique way. And code and source is always changing, always is shifting. At the moment, it is about expansion. There might be a time where source chooses something else, but it's not up for us to know, because we seek to find all the answers of the universe, but then we would say we don't want to know also, because it allows us, for if we knew all the information, we wouldn't explore life the way we are living. You wouldn't want to explore life in the unique way. You wouldn't want to have that passion to know more. So there's no point of you existing. You would not exist. If you know all that is, why would you even bother existing?
But it's almost yes, it's not even desire to know what you're saying, but almost desire to remind. There's a feeling to this either universe that it's quite young, or the source code that is quite young and still maturing and growing. The need for us to support it. That's what I was trying to say.
And you are doing that by working on the human experience. Is all you need to know. By working on the human experience, you will expand all that is. You will expand the universe. And this universe, by expanding all the universe, you are expanding all the other universes. Everything is connected. You do not have to see the full picture here. And you will not see the full picture until your frequency is at a level to comprehend this, you see. So once you've at certain, we would say, levels of your human experience and raising your frequency in the human experience, then you can see more of the picture. But know that all is perfect and all is expanding and all is occurring the way it's supposed to be, for the greater picture in your terminology, the greater intention of all that is. This universe is about expansion. And this is perfect and is supposed to happen this way.
Are all universes about expansion?
This particular universe is about expansion. However, other universes can have other intentions, for maybe it is already completed that expansion process. So there are many dynamics in play here, but those other universes are not of, we would say, concern to your human experience here, because you are human in this universe. You are, we would say, your growth in your God self-realization is tied to the expansion code.
So my power lies within believing into the solution then as well, because it seems like if that ceases to exist, I no longer have the personal interest in continuing, right? Like you said, you would just stop being curious and you would stop expanding, and you would not want to do anything anymore.
You will not exist as a being. You will not choose to come forth in a being in this universe. If that is the case, if this is part of your path and you chose to explore more of that, you have a curiosity, then follow the path. And then perhaps next lifetime you choose not to be a human. You choose not to be a being in this universe. You choose to be something else. It's all part of your pre-birth intentions. It's all part of the collective consciousness. So explore it. If you have this guidance, then explore it. Be curious. Curiosity allows you to get more inspiration, allows you to have more guidance. So explore it. Be out there. Open yourself up to all the possibilities, not just abilities out there, but the human experience, because the human experience is the most powerful tool here. Knowing about all the universes, knowing about all the dynamics and everything else that is out there. The point is, we would say, the key is to know all this is going through the human experience. And we know it may sound, we would say in your terminology, it may be not as interesting to go through the human experience, exploring fear, exploring love, but this key is the most powerful tool to expand all that is, because never a place in this universe is there a place where there is such density and all different dynamics interplay that allows this unique experience to take place. So you being here as a human is only the most advanced can be here as a human, because you have such a powerful, we would say, you have more powerful than you can even comprehend your abilities. But the expansion of the human has, we would say, side effects. It has a cause and effect of the expansion of all that is, that ripples out beyond more than you can realize. You don't understand. There are queues of beings wanting to be here as a human. They're only the most advanced if you can be here because of what is occurring. All the other worlds are looking into Earth, what is occurring right now, because there is such, we would say, an importance of what is occurring on Earth. And by you being here right in the middle of it, even though it may seem mundane to work on your everyday fears, we understand this, but this is why you are human. This is how you as a human become God realized. And once you become God realized, you start to see more of the picture. You start to see more of the universe. And then if you become God realized and you've learned all that you wanted to learn as a human, to experience all that you wanted as a human, then so be it. Next time around, you can choose somewhere else. It is completely up to you. But you are here as a human for a reason. To have these questions, to have this curiosity. So follow it every step of the way. Ask the questions, go within, but also go within yourself, because it is all within you. Every single part of it is within you. All you need to worry about or concern yourself with is your own expansion, because when you expand, you as a ripple effect expand all that around you. You expand Gaia, you expand the universe, you expand beyond that, you expand source and all the interconnected fabric of all that is. You see how grand it is, the grand expansion that is occurring, the grand code that is here, and it's allowing this expression of life to be possible. How exciting is that you get to have this expression? Because many places you do not get to experience these dynamics, especially as a human. You do not have these unique dynamics elsewhere. There is such a large line of beings who have seeked to come here on this earth, but only the most advanced can be here to experience what seems like a mundane experience, what seems to be stuck in duality, but it is not. It is highly advanced environment to be here in this time continuum, so advanced, more than you can comprehend. Because what occurs here expands powerfully all that is, and all the lives you are living. So explore. The world is your oyster in your terminology, what the humans call it. The universe is your playing field. But know that the universe is within you. You are the universe. You are the powerful being that you seek. all the information that you ask, all the questions that you ask, you already know it, my dear. And it's about you going on this human journey to discover it for yourself. Whether it is being guided to a particular person or whether you're at a frequency to receive it for yourself. It is about one step at a time. There is a journey here. It is not about the destination. It is not about knowing the end outcomes. It is not about knowing the grand picture. It is about the journey. The journey is the powerful tool here. So embrace the human experience. This is why you are here. And once you can embrace fully the human experience, you actually become more God realized. So embrace it. It is not mundane. It is a highly advanced playing field. And that's what it is. See it for what it is. It is an expansion game because you wanted it. It is not something you did not choose to go into. You knew how it was going to go. You knew the setup. You knew it was going to be challenging. You knew there'll be duality. You knew there'll be fear. But you also have glimpses because you are on this path and because of your pre-birth intentions. You have glimpses. That's why you have the questions. You have rememberings. Where did the questions come from? To even ask about source, to even ask about other universes, because you're remembering this. It's being triggered within you. Can you see it is already within you? So you've got the mix of this powerful being that you are coming into your awareness, and you also have the mix of the human, the one that's in fear. Can't you see the dynamics in play and how expansive it is when you combine all these dynamics with the knowledge of who you are? This is why you were here. You are here asking these questions for a reason. Everything in your life is for a reason. It is always one step to your journey. Embrace the journey. The journey is why you are human. You will not be here otherwise. The power that you seek, the answers that you seek, is you embracing yourself as a human. Yes, you have galactic DNA. You have all this infinite intelligence and knowledges within you. But it's within you, and through the human experience, through the processes given to the human collective to work through to become more God realized, allows you to trigger more and more this knowledge within you. And you can already see the expansion that you have placed. In the human collective, there is a perceived notion of being stuck or going backwards, but this is not a way, because as we have discussed, in the universe, all is expansive and everything expands. You cannot not expand. For you're here as a human, you're part of this universe, and this is the codes and this is the structure of the universe. You can see this in your sciences. Go look at the sciences. See how all the sciences has growing into acknowledging that the universe is always expanding. It acknowledges the multiverse because the universe has to always, everything has to duplicate, has to always expand as part of these universal laws, as part of the universe. It is just so, if only the collective can see the beauty, can see the magnificence of who you are, but it is just one step. And we wish to share more, we wish to share all these wonders and all these visions of who you are, and this is our desire. But because of your frequency, you cannot access or see the grand picture of who you are just yet, but you are on the path. The collective consciousness is on the path, and because of that, it's able to assist you more effortlessly to see and remember more of who you are. All the answers that you seek are within you. Trust yourself more. How do you trust yourself, my dear one, to have the answers? Do you trust that you have the answers? All the information is not out there, it is within you. However, you may be guided. For instance, coming today to ask this question is part of your path. It might be your path to go see another person. It may be part of your path to do another action. But it's about following that inner guidance, that inspiration. Not about what you should be doing, but about what you're inspired to do. The guidance. You have a calling, and the calling is strong within you, dear one. So honor that calling and explore it, and know that this human experience is all part of this expansive journey to know who you truly are, my dear ones. If only you can see the full beauty that you are, mighty ones. You are the code expressed in such a unique way that going through the human experience, you're expanding so much of all that is. This is why there are many of us lovingly assisting you. There are many of us watching from the sidelines, wanting to see the outcome of what is occurring here. Because never before is a time in the universe where there's been such a time of expansion. Never before a time, and this time continues, has there been a state with a very human being. The construct is actually shifting, not just in consciousness, but the fact that the actual being is shifting into a completely different race. How magnificent it is that you chose to come here in the, we would say, the later stages of the current human form, to be here, to be a part of the actual transition from the human form to something else, to a different collective. The traditional human form is no longer needed in its present state, and hence why the changes are occurring. Hence why you are activating dormant DNA. You're accessing and activating the dormant DNA that inform all the different realms you are existing in. The galactic DNA is actually shifting the very human body. No longer will you see in different timelines, you will see a woman and a man. You will see oneness. The very human body is shifting, and you already see this. There's already a large number of you in the collective who contribute their DNA to both sexes. It might not be very known in society, but a very large portion of you already exhibit the merging of the divine and the masculine together into oneness. There are many of you existing as both male and female at the same time. This is evidence of the shift into oneness, evidence of the shift from oneness and to access who you truly are. New codes have always been brought forth and infiltrated into Gaia. Many of you in the collective experience these shifts because it's aligning to the collective pre-birth intentions, pre-births of the universe. It's aligning to the pre-births of Gaia and the collective and your intention. And as such, there are new energies and codes being infiltrated into these, in your terminology, illusions, but it's allowing you to access more of that is because the energy is allowed to be possible because of the alignment with the transition you are going into. So embrace who you truly are.
Thank you.
For you are perfect, you are complete, and all the answers that you seek are within you. Because you are such a powerful being, who would say, practice trusting the knowledge and the knowings within you, for you have all these answers within you. We come across in these direct talks, these teachings, for allow you to trigger a knowing within you. It's a triggering. What we speak is something you already know. All of you watching, it is already something that you already know, but you do not remember it. And as you actively raise your vibration, you remember more of who you are. That you are infinitely connected to us, infinitely connected to all that is. Know that this is supposed to be an exciting and fun journey, although it's part of the duality and it's part of the illusion of the human race. You do not see itself as fun because this is the fear aspect. But ultimately, you came here because you knew it'd be exciting to expand in this unique way. You knew by expanding yourself here on your perceived individual perspective, you are then expanding powerfully Gaia, the universe, all the universes. There is a ripple effect beyond your comprehension here. But just know your experience as a human. Know that you are so highly advanced beyond your human comprehension. You are more advanced than many of our beings out there on other planets because you are human. My dear one, is there anything you'd like to further discuss before we finish here today?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Know that we love you tremendously, for we are you. And it's with our love that we come here to assist you. It is our intention to bring forth these love teachings, because your expansion allows us to expand. It allows the non-physical to expand, and all that is, there is a grand intention here, and we seek to explore these intentions, for we love you, because you recognize that we are you, even if you do not recognize that you are us. Know that we are you, and we love you. And with that, we say goodbye and farewell, my dear ones.
Goodbye.